On this week's episode of the No Shave Man Cave, UnShave and Unfiltered, we're covering the stories that are reshaping the wrestling industry. WWE latest rounds of talent release. What are the early consequences of WWE buying AAA? AEW's most viral moment this weekend happened in Mount Everest. Well, if it's viral, everybody knows what it is. And Paul Heyman just made a massive promo on Raw. Let's go!
Oh, dude.
Welcome back to the No Shave Man Cave on Shave and Unfiltered. I am Tony Allin, and joining me are two of the three wise men, because the other guy had something else to do with his family, which is the most important thing. ElliJare and the Outlaw. How you guys doing?
Man, I am to the nine, super pumped. It is my birthday. I'm 51.
Happy birthday!
I'm here. Boop, boop. I'm here in the cave. JT, wish you were here. Edie, congratulations. She's graduating high school, ready to take on the world. And I am here to talk about pro wrestling.
Let's go. Outlaw! What's up, man?
Yo. I saw Thunderbolts. I went to the movies.
Oh my god!
I like movies.
Yes.
I did watch it. And it's funny because we've been talking a little bit about mental health too, but I really liked the mental health message of Thunderbolts, believe it or not. Can't believe I'm saying that about a comic book movie. What I didn't like was the AEW-ness of Thunderbolts, where there was so much backstory stuff in the canon of what it took to get to that movie that there were people in the theater around me where, like, the 16-year-old with the four other people with him was trying to explain, like, oh no, she's Black Widow's sister and that's her dad, and this guy was in this movie and she came from the Ant-Man movies, and that girl who just died came from this thing, and blah blah blah. Like, and I haven't seen, don't pull my card, I haven't seen the Black Captain America movie yet.
What?
Sorry. And I also didn't finish watching Echo, so I was a little lost.
That's a cool show.
You don't watch the minority shows?
Show.
Come on, brother.
Such a cool show, Echo. Man.
Oh, cool.
So,
yeah. Really
anyway, Thunderbolts was great. I'm a big fan of Florence Pugh. That's my week so far. Wrestling is fun. I love wrestling.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about the show. Hold on. Let me put on the timer here because we've had a new format now, and we have to time this stuff now. Oh, okay. Here we go. Well, so
do we have a timer for how long it takes to put on the timer?
Yes. This is all gonna get edited out. See, this is how I keep myself employed.
He says these things, people, but then come to find out it's already aired live.
Yes, that's happened last week, so
that was awesome. Whatever. That was the perfect show to go live.
Actually, yes, that was really good.
That was the right one. That was a great live episode.
Everybody was so calm and like.
I stand by everything.
Nothing died, so it was really good. Anyways, well, let's talk about the first topic of the week. Now, since it's just two of you guys, I guess I'm gonna have to choose myself who goes first. And let's do this. First topic, ElliJare starts, and then second topic, Outlaw starts. Is that good?
Okay.
Is that good?
Okay, let's mix it up, baby. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So, unfortunately, last week and kind of this week, there were a lot of releases of people not having a job anymore. You know how I feel about this. I want everybody to be employed. Unfortunately, that's not the thing that happens. WWE cut 17 people from their roster, and quietly, but also for some weird reason, AEW released a tag team that we're kind of fond of. I think I like them. They were something different. I don't know what is happening there. So amongst the WWE cuts, Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, very surprisingly, Cora Jade. I think that's the one that got people like, what the hell? And Gigi Dolan. Which of these released talent will be the best at reinventing themselves or having a second shot in another company or in the indies? Do you think? Is AEW going to absorb a lot of these people? Oh God! And what do we think about what Karrion Kross said, thinking that some of these people will end up in WWE, forming a possible faction? Karrion Kross is just shooting at anything and everything. I love this guy. All right, so ElliJare, you go first. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, awesome. The question is, which of the wrestlers are going to do the best? Well, shout out to Matt Cardona. He posted a thing saying, hey, this is the time and place. You can either, it's time for you to make a decision on what you're going to do. And I have nothing but love. I'm a huge Matt Cardona fan. And things like this, he is using his platform for good. So who do I think is going to land on their feet? I think Cora Jade is going to do just fine. Gigi Dolan, I think, will do just fine. Jakara Jackson may kind of take a minute to find her footing, but I could see her ending up with Ring of Honor and, honing her skills. She was there with Lash Legend down in NXT doing just, I thought they were really starting to hit their stride. Ora Mensa, he'll be on the indies and, be able to use the notoriety of being a WWE superstar. And then Eddie Thorpe, I see him ending up in New Japan, just the style and, the things and the way he cuts promos. I think he'll do pretty well. But the shocker of shockers, Cora Jade, I think she's going to kind of go the same route as Mandy Rose. And who only knows what's going to happen with Drawn and Shayna. I'm dumbfounded by Shayna Baszler being gone. Boom.
Oh, time. Hold on. Just to rectify, so she's opening an OnlyFans, like what you're saying. Cora Jade.
She's teased it. We don't know for
really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we might need to. Anyways,
may need to expense it. It's part of our research. It's what we do. We're here to provide.
Thank you for the research,
fans.
my man. I appreciate it. All right, Outlaw. Wait. You're gonna have your time. 1 minute 30 seconds. Go ahead, brother.
Look, first of all, Braun Strowman, my kid did a commercial with Braun, so I feel for him. He was there, he left, he came back, he put a bunch of people over, he did great work the last couple times we saw him, but also, they don't need him. Let's be honest, they just don't. And maybe not any of these people. And the other thing to me is AEW doesn't need any of these people. AEW needs to cut 20 or 30 people themselves. Not that I want to see that happen. I love a lot of these people, but I want the people who are there to get their fair chance too. And if these companies are oversaturated, it doesn't help anybody. Like, there's too many people at a lot of these places, so these things are going to happen. Hopefully Maple Leaf Pro keeps growing so that, there's opportunities up there. I want to see TNA keep growing, so there's opportunities there. I want to see NWA doing better. What I think part of the solution is what made some of the big companies good right now was absorbing all these great people from the indies. Let's go back to having great indies again and making some of the smaller companies big and better. I do want to mention The Righteous, who got let go, and my boy EJ and Joku from AEW, and it kind of both went under the radar a bit. The Righteous didn't really get let go so much as I believe they asked for their releases.
Apparently, yes.
They've been packaged a few different ways, and I think they were getting a little impatient, and I think they politely asked. But I'd love to see them with Karrion Kross, and I see that their one of their buddies, Elias, has shown back up in WWE. So maybe there's something that can happen for those guys.
Time. All right. Yeah. Well, like I mentioned, I think we talked about this before. This might be the opportunity for a third company to step up, apparently, and this is something I heard in some comments from some people that have mentioned to me there is another company forming in Mexico for Lucha Libre. Like, they will try to do another national company here in Mexico. So who knows? Maybe these people will end up there. It's just companies are realizing there is money to be made after these deals with WWE and AAA and all these companies coming up. So this might be the moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Second topic of the day, and again talking about the AAA and WWE fallout. We've heard now that there are first of all that the AEW ties are dead officially, of course, because they got bought by the other company. But there are new developments like Alberto Del Rio's contract being absorbed by WWE. Now, we've talked about Alberto Del Rio's incident, is that what we're going to call it, in Tijuana, which could not have come at the worst time now that we, in hindsight.
Incident? I protest. That was an intervention by a superstar to get the crowd in line. Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
That was an intervention.
You will get your time.
Incident.
Hold on. All right. So the question is AAA starting to lose its identity as a standalone brand already? There's some rumors that they have asked them to speak English and do the American form of wrestling. Will WWE limit the exposure for AAA stars to work abroad? Meaning, will they just be a Mexican brand? And how does the presence of Del Rio will be taken by in the WWE locker room and the fandom, which is the most important part? Now, this time around, Outlaw, you go first. 1 minute and 30. Go ahead.
Look, winners write the history. That's the honest to God truth. And we want the history of Lucha Libre to saturate certain things. There is, however, going to be a cost for that. AAA has decided they are going to be the company that pays the cost, but they are going to also be the company that gets to be part of the history. When it's all said and done, CMLL, The Crash, maybe this third promotion, these other places that have been historic and epic may not be written into the history books. AAA will. That history, that legacy, I believe is safe, and that's the upside. There's going to be a price to pay, but first things first, Jeremy Borash is going down there this week. He's going to check out some stuff, one of the shows that they're having. The production quality is paramount for them first and foremost. All this other stuff is not as big as people are making it. I've talked to some people. I know what's going on. Contracts are not necessarily being bought up. They're not being given new contracts. Contracts are being absorbed. The talent is being absorbed. They're doing it legally, and there's certain steps they have to do because the IP has to clear. So the ones where the IP has cleared already are being absorbed is what I understand is happening. These are not new contracts being given, and WWE has made no assessment as to whether or not this talent will be kept full-time. So Alberto may or may not have a real job, but it seems like him and a few other people, including Nino Hamburguesa, have been absorbed.
All right, time. Yeah, Nino Hamburguesa. That was the main event last week here. Nino Hamburguesa versus Alberto Del Rio. Jared, you should check out Nino Hamburguesa or not, whatever.
Hey, I'm in. I'm check
all right,
it out, man.
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, you hop on the interwebs and you find out about Vikingo, Dr. Wagner, Alberto, and La Parca have signed with the WWE. And I can see Vikingo, I can see La Parca, don't necessarily understand Dr. Wagner based on what I've seen.
What?
I'm very naive to how those styles can blend, but I am convinced if the WWE is watching, they're going to do the thing. As long as they don't completely try and go NXT Mexico and, change the color of the ropes and change the color of the ring and add different advertising.
What do you mean? That's already full of advertising. That's the thing.
Well, I'm just saying, now all of a sudden it's going to have Prime in the middle and it's going to, have all the things.
It doesn't matter. They have Bardan. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll know. Go ahead. I'm not going to take it that.
I'll tighten up on my AAA. And, I'm excited to see the crossover. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in Inglewood when Worlds collide. Definitely get your tickets and, check it out. I think it's worth a watch. And I think it was a wise investment by the WWE to expand the brand. We're going global. All the PLEs are going to be international here pretty soon. And Mania's in England, so next slide.
Dude, I just think they need to do one thing. They need to put El Editor on English commentary.
Thank you, man.
What's up?
I will do it. If they call me up, I can switch it back to Spanish en cualquier momento. Mira,
that's what I'm telling you. And that's what you need, because they have an English commentary team, but like Larry Dallas, interesting character. He's been around wrestling for a long time, but like he doesn't understand the Spanish enough to like translate what's going on and happening back to the English. Like, I need somebody who is bilingual to be in there, who can actually tell me what's happening for real and understands the culture.
It is very, bilingual, yes, you can be, but you have to be bicultural as well. Like, you have to understand
I'd say cultures.
Both cultures, yes. Yeah. Also, just to check, I think that WWE took a page from AEW, from AAA, about the advertising on the ring. They've been doing it since, like, the 90s, man. They're like, everything is branded on that thing. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. To be fair, WWE did it when they merged with TKO and UFC.
Yeah.
That was the catalyst for that move.
Yeah. All right. So, yes.
They had a whole sales department that already merged into the WWE sales department that knew how to do those things.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is AAA looked like a NASCAR car since the 90s.
AAA is worse. Yes. Yeah. AAA is an English soccer jersey.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I would love it if it stops being yellow, because the brand oil Bordal is the main fucking sponsor. Like, if that stops, that's gonna make me happy. Because
can I ask you a question, Tony? Honestly, what do you think about the Worlds Collide logo? Do you like that branding that they came up with for the new Worlds Collide logo with it looks like a UFC logo, but with a luchador and like
no,
AAA
you know one thing,
thing?
I'm gonna be very honest. Nothing of this has impressed me yet.
Okay, that's what's up.
I would suspect. I'm like, to be honest, like, if you go back to maybe tweets of mine or things that I've said in the past, I always expected this to happen, or I always wanted, not so much as a takeover, but I wanted a product that will be American level in Mexico, for just to validate the lucha libre style and what people are looking for and what they like and what they sacrifice. I mean, because I go to all the shows, man. May 11th, I'm gonna go to an arena here in San Nicolas that God has no. I mean, it has no AC, brother. It's gonna be just that aluminum top with in Monterey. We're gonna be probably 125, something like that, and people are gonna be loving it. And people deserve a good show to go to. But I have not seen that I go like, oh my God, I want to get that shirt and I'm gonna get that mask. I haven't seen it yet. And back to your point,
I think you're going to get the validation, but it's going to get co-opted too. You're going to get some of both, bro.
It's just the nature of things. Like it's like gentrification of lucha libre, and that already was happening. So,
But the pay equity is going up immediately, from what I understand.
That's what I heard too. Yes.
Like, look, more wrestlers and luchadors are going to make more money and get more exposure. What that exposure is, we don't entirely know yet. And from what I understand, you're not going to see it anytime soon. You're going to see a couple of these offshoot events. You're going to see one or two people crossing over, but WWE is not going to do anything serious in Mexico until they address the production quality. It's why they haven't filmed a single one of their house shows down there. They're not doing it until it is up to their standards, and it's going to take a while.
They're doing Triple Mania Regia 3 days before the AEW Grand Slam in Mexico City, and they already bringing in talent from WWE. Yes. However, I'm not so sure that's like the the best talent they could bring. Like what I saw is I was expecting Penta, and I was expecting all these people. And yes, they're bringing people that are locals, like they're locals, and they're doing a lot of honoring the Garzas, which is like a very important wrestling family here in Monterrey. But I want to see Penta, and I want to see, I mean, we got the new La Parca, so I don't know, you know what I mean? And I hope I hope this is the beginning of something great. But always, I have my reservations because I'm Mexican, and I know that shit will hit the fan at any moment. So that's it.
Whatever. I hope they do some old school AAA Carney shit, and they make a new Pentagon Junior to wrestle Penta from WWE, just like LA Park and La Parca. I want all of that Carney shit. Let's go.
I mean, that I'm fine, as long as, it comes in a really good package. My seats are comfortable, and, I get to keep the share and take it home at the end of the show.
My question is, am I going to see Prince Puma? That's what I want to know.
No, that IP is definitely
WWE's got to come in, throw
All
some
right.
money around.
King Pumache will be appearing in CMLL shortly. King Pumache.
Yeah. All right. We got to move on. We're too close. And just as a final thing, it's Wagner, man. It's a German word. You can pronounce it. It's not Wagner. That sounds like wag.
Wagner.
Wagner. Dr. Wagner. That's what he called himself.
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm watching clips on him. I'm getting
besides the mask,
educated.
just by itself, is like fucking cool.
Yeah.
Man. Whatever.
Yeah, he's
okay. We're moving on. So, Darby Allin set a world record by landing on a skateboard trick at nearly 21,000 feet on Mount Everest. What does this being the most viral moment from AEW say about what's happening on TV? Is this helping the brand at AEW? Does this reflect in the identity of what AEW is at this time? Is this the biggest story that AEW has developing right now? Go ahead, ElliJare, go ahead. You go first.
Hey, appreciate it. And I, unfortunately, with the storyline with the world title, we haven't really seen Adam Cole do a whole lot with the TNT title. The trios titles now on the Ops could become something, I'm guessing social media is probably going to be where AEW is going to have to sort of hang their hat right now. Some really strong storylines on the women's side of things. Tony has been absolutely money since her revelation of "You Think I Forgot" promo. Oh my God. The hardest role you ever play is yourself. If you haven't seen that promo and you're interested in getting into wrestling, or you're in wrestling, you need to watch that, take notes, and that's where you're going to learn. But, unfortunately, they've been doing a really good job on their shows. They've been doing a decent job on locations and not saturating. They're going to do a couple of residencies coming forward right now. I think the 2300 or whatever the Philly thing right now is being put out there, which is going to be awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, a guy who isn't on TV or in a storyline is your headlines for AEW.
Time. All right, Justin Outlaw, go ahead, man.
This is the best story that AEW has going, and I'm all for it. I think that he should get up there, plant his flag on top of Mount Everest that says AEW. I think you should bring that back as a PR thing. And I think that if positioned correctly, maybe he's the guy to dethrone Jon Moxley. Maybe this actually is the start of the real story that we've been fucking waiting for. Maybe we need this kid to climb this mountain already and get back home, because he is holding up the damn storyline. I don't know. When they were doing all that stuff with D-Bry before he left, it felt like Darby was a big part of it. Like, he feels like maybe he is the missing component to this equation. Maybe Darby being on top of this mountain is a great thing and also the problem. First of all, the kickflip was badass. Let's not lie. The kid did a great kickflip on the side of Mount Everest. That's just cool. And that's part of what's wrong with AEW. AEW stopped being cool when people started realizing that Tony Khan himself wasn't as cool as they wanted him to be. He was their indie god for a while, and then he gaffed on Ariel, and he gaffed with CM Punk, and he did a few things, and now he's kind of hated. I still like the guy. But the problem is, AEW has somehow gotten to be the not cool brand, and WWE is now the cool brand. Let the kid put his flag on the mountain. Let people do crazy stuff. Let Swerve go be a rapper. Whatever it takes, man. Tony doing TCM stuff is awesome. Like, all of this stuff matters. It does help the storylines, and it's worth being the most important thing in AEW this week.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I see the future that you're talking about, but...
It's a possible future.
No,
in an alternate reality. Who knows?
No. Futures are great. Present time. It's more important.
Yeah.
And this company needs a present time. Anyways,
but how does weekly TV get better? Like, it's like, yes, it was better than weekly TV this week, but you need stuff and characters and big personalities to lead into people being excited about weekly TV.
At the show.
Right. Yeah. Well, he'll be at the show eventually. Maybe he'll bring some of that energy with him because, believe me, AEW will still need it whenever he shows up.
Yeah.
All right.
Samoa Joe showed up and made it better, right?
Yeah.
Samoa Joe showed up and then unfortunately, Homeboy got injured, and then Hobbs made better that whole thing that happened.
First of all, the kid did not get injured.
Yeah, I'm keeping it kayfabe.
The kid is out making a movie.
Oh, all right.
I think that's been reported. The kid's out doing something else. I don't think he's actually injured.
Oh, okay, cool. If he's not been reported, then you heard it here first. Topic number 4 and the last topic of the show, and this was by request of the editorial committee here at No Shave Man Cave Studios. Publishing Incorporated.
Hell yeah. Incorporated.
Anyways, Paul Heyman did a badass, almost had a stroke, kind of, as Outlaw here will call it, a full La Greca moment on Raw.
He did do the full La Greca.
Yes, a little bit too much spinning. If I don't know. If Uso Boy had been closer to him, we've gotten like a shower completely. What is this? Why is this such an important moment? And why is this? What is this signaling? What is Paul Heyman going with this? What is this going to create? And how does this reposition Jey Uso, in the championship landscape? This time around, Outlaw goes first, and then ElliJare.
My name is Paul. The crowd loved it. The crowd was with Paul at the beginning, and then he healed them just like he was supposed to, and then he did everything else that everyone else was supposed to have done. He made it all make sense. It is literally the most important thing happening in the entire wrestling world this week. Last week, The Rock killed kayfabe once and for all. This week, Paul Heyman did his damnedest to bring it back, to make it all make sense. God bless you, Paul Heyman. Literally, the business has needed managers for so long, and there's very few of them left that are doing things. Even Stokely has done a pretty good job over in AEW of making the FTR thing make sense when Dax is a decent talker, and he wasn't quite pulling it off. Managers are important. I think we need more of them back in the business, and what Paul did was he validated Jey Uso. He validated all the storylines. He can tell you the parts of the storyline that are the babyface part, but then make it make sense and then still be a heel without actually just like kicking somebody in the balls or doing something dastardly. He tried to make you feel for him, but at the same time was a heel. It was brilliant. It saved wrestling for me this week. The ending of WrestleMania sucked ass. And then the shit that Rock did the few days later and going back and forth with the Greco was not good for business, man. Maybe it didn't have a huge impact, but what Paul Heyman did this week is part of what saves wrestling and makes us all love it. God bless you, Paul.
All right. I wish I had seen this live now. Go ahead, ElliJare. You have 1 minute 30 seconds. Start now.
Yeah, I was floored. I'm sitting here watching this guy about to like blow every artery, every
stroke,
everything, and then detach retinas and the whole nine, right? And this guy, like Outlaw said, really like sort of cleaned up some of the messes of folks, you know, opening up the curtain, and told the story, validated Jey Uso as your world champion. You know, talked about how he did the things and how important he is to the history of not just the bloodline, but professional wrestling. And now here he is aligned with the number one face that's going to be running the place on Monday Night Rollins. And then he gets enough under the skin to get your world champion, my Yeet champion, to go, okay, fine, I'm going to put the title up tonight. If Rollins would have won the title, that would have totally undone professional wrestling, undone all the work that Gunther has done for the last year, undone the validity of the world title. He made professional wrestling, he made Raw, he made Jey Uso, and he made people care about what the hell is going on with this Rollins faction. Bam. Excellent job.
All right.
I went over.
Now, this is your closing thoughts. This is your final thoughts of the night. I need you guys to bring out something that, you know, we might have overlooked because, you know, this show cannot be 7 hours long. Hopefully it's not. No, it's only half an hour, so it's pretty good. Anything you guys want to bring in attention to the cave and the cavemen and women. Cavemen and cave women. And we need to work on that. Just something that we might have overlooked or something you guys want to bring attention to. ElliJare, you go first, and Outlaw goes last.
Well, first and foremost, El Editor, all the work you've been doing behind the scenes, really appreciate it. JT, hope you're doing okay. Congratulations, Edie, on this huge milestone in life. And now, you know, super pumped to see what you're going to do next. And then we talk about things that have happened in professional wrestling, whether we want them to or not. And Americano in the WWE won the Speed title.
What?
And I don't know enough about things that I would be able to explain this to make it make sense, other than you're going to sell some T-shirts that look like it's a version of a Napoleon T-shirt, vote for Pedro. And if anybody's interested in getting a Speed title, hit us up on the cave. From the time we talk to the time you have it in your hands is only 2 weeks. Completely dumbfounded. Women's wrestling is not been hotter than it is right now, and the storylines on NXT and AEW have got me completely just like emotional almost, and I love it. So there's good and bad in professional wrestling. I'm not going to hate on anything. It's wrestling. I get to enjoy it, and you know, I'm here for it. So good stuff. Thank you for a great week and giving us something to talk about, both good and bad.
All right. Outlaw, go ahead.
Yes, I concur on the supporting women's wrestling because it's awesome right now. I'm going to go see the homie Thunder Rosa tonight in Detroit.
Okay.
Let's see how this four-way goes. Come on.
AW Shop, where is my shirt? It's been 21 days. Where is my shirt? Where is my shirt?
Did you order one of these?
Yes. Yes,
okay, there was some other gaffes with this too, because there was it was showing somebody else's T-shirt for a while, I talked with a couple other people. I actually called Shop AEW and was like, "You guys need to fix your website ASAP. It's a 1 hour pressing. You can't have it be messed up for 20 minutes, guys. What the f?" They fixed it though, so I don't know if you're going to ever get yours. But anyway, looking forward to that show. But that's not what I wanted to mention. I wanted to go back to something we barely touched on earlier, but I want to talk about it briefly now. Karrion Kross, a.k.a. Kevin Robert Kieser, who's a homie from back in the day, And he's just been kind of, in limbo, and any wrestling fan knows they know of him, but he's wrestled on TV twice in the last, 3 times in the last whatever.
Wow.
But he's getting spots. And this is exactly, to me, what Cardona was talking about. And Cross left, went out there, kept his name up, kept his money up, did the thing, got brought back, has dealt with all sorts of crap there that hasn't been necessarily going great. And it's not, clearly Triple H likes him. Like, there are people that like him or he wouldn't still be there right now. I don't know what the status of his contract is. It's supposed to be up soon. We don't know if he's renewed or not. I heard he got offered a 1-year extension, but hasn't necessarily accepted it yet. It feels like he went to the bosses and said, hey guys, let me try a little something. And they were like, you know what, Kev, we like you. Sure. Let's see if you go back to this other thing, or if you do this or shoot a little bit. Like, go ahead, man. We don't want to let you go, but like, if you can't dig it out, then yeah, you might be going home. They're letting him do it. They're letting him try some stuff that is really exciting and interesting. He's got this documentary on YouTube that got 100-something thousand views overnight when he put it up. It's a 40-minute long thing that he did in 2 weeks leading up to WrestleMania. That is amazing. It's a shoot work thing. Like, I don't want to pull back the curtain too much. Some of it's real. Some of it's very real. And some of it is worked a little bit to the approval of the bosses so that he can get away with doing it. But the dude is a great actor, and he's putting his heart and soul into it, and it's part of what I love to see in wrestling. This is a talent that is getting a chance right now, and I encourage every wrestling fan to at least go out, seek this stuff out, see what Cross is doing right now, check out his promos, see if you like it, see if it's for you, and if you do like it, please support the guy, because he may or may not be on his very last legs in this business, and I don't want to personally lose him from the game, because I think he's an asset. The stuff he did in Lucha Underground was great. The stuff he did at FSW was great. The stuff that he did in TNA was actually really good. The stuff he did as an NXT champion was great. The thing in the gladiator skirt, maybe not so great. And jobbing to Jeff Hardy, we get it. And the last couple years have been hit or miss. But please check out the stuff. It's Killer Cross, Kevin Robert Kisar, Karrion Cross, whatever you want to call the guy. A lot of the stuff he's doing is money, and he's a genuine worker. He's the real deal, people. So give him some support and some love.
All right. Yes. Let's keep everybody employed. Like I say, I always say that. I want everybody to stay employed. Well,
I know. I mean, if they suck, let them go home. But he doesn't suck.
He does not.
Shayna Baszler doesn't suck. Like, somebody hire her. Dakota Kai, little injury prone, but she doesn't suck. Come on, let's bring her back. I'm going to say this for the record. I do not want to see Cora Jade in AEW. I do not want to see that. I just don't believe that that's a place for her. A lot of people do want to see that. I do not. I want her to be employed, but not in AEW.
Hopefully she will pop up once Mission Pro Wrestling goes back into business. She will go back to where she's been before. I think she was the first ever show. So.
Wow,
I was kind of glad to see Caden and Katana or whatever. I was not fans of them on that program. I think they would be great in TNA, however. Yeah. I do think there's a place for them. I never felt it was the main roster to begin with.
Now you might be gone of WWE, but then you can go to a kind of a similar place, funneling place that is TNA, and that is you will get those reps and you will work out things that you might not have done well. And
I love the fact that the business these days looks like you can go back. Like, it's not a fucking death warrant. Like, maybe if you piss off...
Yeah.
Maybe if you piss off Tony Khan, like, I don't see Ethan Page and Ricky Starks going back to AEW ever, but, the other way around.
Never say never.
But, like, Miro was not really on the best of terms with WWE when he left, and he came back, and it looks like a good situation for everybody right now. I like that. I hope the business can stay along that path, and if Triple H is responsible for that, God bless him.
Yes, I think that the wrestling business should get past personal passions and become a place of business. I think that will be a great thing. Oof, somebody make a shirt of what I just said. Anyways, this is it for this week's show.
Bang, bang.
The No Shave Man Cave, UnShave and Unfiltered. Thank you very much for watching this show. Please, Justin, your socials so that people can follow you.
At Justin Harvey 75. DMs are open, but don't abuse it.
All right. Jared, ElliJare, go ahead and social for the show and the belts.
Absolutely, man. Hey, for the titles, if you're interested, 2 weeks from the time we talk and decide on the final design, No Shave Man Cave _ title belts. Just hit me up on the gram. I got you all day, every day, twice on Sunday. For the rest of us, No Shave Man Cave on X, Instagram, and if you want to see a little bit of the behind the scenes, NSMC _ podcast for the podcasts and news and notes. But we are going to be everywhere without being anywhere. I'll see you in Arizona for Double or Nothing. We'll see you at Allin in Tejas. And breaking news, I will be in Chicago in August. And I can't wait to mingle and, as we said on active duty, touch tips with some of the fans in the cave. So, hell yeah. On behalf of JT and El Editor, Outlaw, thanks for helping us out. And this has been a banger of a show, man. Good shit.
Well, thank you very much for watching the show. We'll be back soon, probably in 2 weeks, or maybe sooner if we have time, for more AEW and WWE news. And the wild middle ground in between. Thank you for editing that out, Tony. Stay sharp, service, and stay unfiltered. Take us out, ElliJare.
Oh, yeah. On behalf of everybody here at the cave, thanks for checking us out. To our brothers and sisters in arms, thank you for what you do for this great country. To our first responders, man, you are freaking amazing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And if you're feeling any kind of way, please get the help you need. Talk to a friend. Talk to a family member. And dial 988 if you are in need. And until next time, thanks for checking us out here in the cave. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Now I'm scared that we are broadcasting, so I'm just gonna go back and
double checking.
Yes, because last time I was like, that's
hi, Mom.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Mom.
We're not live. No, we're not.
Hello in Chicago. Just saying.
No, we're good. We're good. That'll be funny. I mean, I don't mind, but I like to edit stuff because I am an editor.
Job security, motherfucker, over here.
Here.